Welcome travelers, I invite you to a journey in Stronghold Legends, a game I used to play with my friends 15 years ago. I'm gonna go through the campaign, through the easy one, the Arthur campaign, and I'm gonna play it on hard. Chapter 1 is about Sir Bedivere, who is wounded, and we're gonna pick him up and escort him all the way back.
Your command, sir.
We have 31 of these pikemen, and basically they are a one-trick pony. They throw their
Careful, men.
weapon and then they need to recharge.
March! Forward!
But that's not a problem, we're gonna just slip past the archers here.
Forward, men!
And I'm kiting backwards a bit.
Keep ranks!
Finally we escort him back and the mission is over. Which leads us into the next one. With the troops we got, we continue. And this time we need to wait for Merlin.
As you say.
Unfortunately I barely made it until the end. And then... Unfortunately I barely made it into the next section. And I had to continue with the loadout that I had. So I was... Unfortunately I barely made it into the next part, and then I just got completely stomped by the enemies which were surrounding my Sir Bedivere. So that was no good. After all, I had to go again from the very start and just pick a better strategy. Just by managing my resources a bit better. And also started building early so that I could produce more men-at-arms.
At your disposal.
Your knights are ready.
Stay close. Your command, sir.
So Bedivere was guarding one coast and the men were guarding the other. We started producing early so that I could have enough weapons, since I could not buy any. And for the final part I just stacked all my units in the middle. This time no problem, Merlin arrived and Merlin also started attacking, so... The next mission also continues on, so I had to continue from the position that I was at. Which meant that I had to defend and at the same time create an army that was large enough to capture the stone circle at the very end of the map. I was placing my archers on top of this building. Was selling apples just to get more resources. And then here I'm capturing the bridge,
I sense trouble.
which is a strategic point on this map.
Hear my thunder. The land needs me.
So Bedivere's special ability lets him take down these walls, which is required of you to do. Then I'm just taking it slow, approaching the next wall, taking down the archers, and then taking down the walls. Merlin's special ability. Probably I had too many men at this point, but I was just playing it safe and also remembering things on the way, so this was a good mission just to learn again about the game.
Storm clouds gather. These bones are old, you know.
On this mission we had to restore Camelot and wait for Guinevere. I was spamming dairy farms and buying the stone instead of doing the intended mechanic of creating stone mills. King Arthur was on the front line while my archers were defending from the towers. Just because he has the magic knights that he can summon and he is very strong. So he didn't need any help. The next mission did not continue on from Camelot, but instead you continued from the perspective of Lancelot, who is heavily wounded and needs to recover. The objective is just to defend Lancelot, and I'm spamming dairy farms. I did not remember what this unit does. I just watched it and it was channeling and then something was happening which I did not understand. Later on I remembered what these wall climbers do. They actually convert the units, so now my archers are on the enemy team and just shooting everyone from the top of the towers.
My liege.
Which is not good. The way to combat this is just to place a few knights atop of there, but this did not seem to work because some of my knights were just too defensive. So I had to start again, spamming dairy farms here.
Command us.
Finally I decided for my strategy to produce more knights. These elite knights that are very slow but cannot be converted, and also they do a lot of damage. Since my win condition is just that Lancelot is alive, I decided to give him a bunch of bodyguards. As you can see, no issue here with very slow troops, but still, and Lancelot's ability that lets me empower all of them. This was no issue. Finally Lancelot is restored, and the next mission has you playing as Sir Gareth, but this is for another time.